So up next we have TNTFF by Jokrates up against Cuddly at Painful. And this match actually runs a very strong risk of being very similar to the last one, where Jokrates is providing a lot of missile and torpedo fire from his support craft. But at the same time, fewer targets means the snipers from Dukeslayer will have a better chance of sealing the deal, as it were. This seems like a bit more of an ideal arrangement for Dukeslayer ships as well, with the blockers all up, positioned up front and the snipers free to do as they wish. We're probably going to see this round go to Dukeslayer at the very least. Yeah, you can see this round going very well for Dukeslayer. As Splinter pointed out, I think the larger targets are vastly preferable for Duke's snipers. And there we go. Time dilation is finally winding down. And I think it's just going to be a matter of time before one of the snipers finds this guy. And there it is. So Dukeslayer takes round 1. Very confidently. Let's see. How many torpedo launches does this guy even have? 6. Yeah, I think Jokrates is using 6 torpedo launchers on each of his little cursors. And I'm pretty sure he starts the round off with 11 of them. It's a pretty serious amount of torpedo. In World of Tanks Artillery, where you fire a shot and then go make a sandwich. Yeah, the sniper on the left seems like he's finally waking up. For a while I think he was taking a sabbatical. And there he goes, now he's acting like he's got something to do. Yeah, you can see again, Dukeslayer has built up quite a bit of a lead. Having fewer targets to shoot at seems to be working out very well for his snipers. And additionally, the blockers against Jokrates have actually been doing their job very well too. Staying between the snipers and the targets. That could be troublesome though. 3 of Jokrates' missile ships just started unloading into the back of one of the snipers. Again, his core is positioned mostly toward the back as well, which makes him a bit more vulnerable. Some blockers have moved into position though, so I think the sniper will be just fine. And one of the snipers is actually opening up on said missile ships. Yeah, Dukeslayer's fleet is just behaving rather well this time around. And only 2 ships left on the field for Jokrates. As soon as these snipers would like to participate. Jokrates' missile ship's doing a pretty good job against these distractors, though. Dukeslayer obviously wants the distractors to be taking the shots, but Jokrates' ships are able to cut through them pretty well. And the constructed sniper participating a bit, but there we have it. Cuddly Painful wins the match. So next up we have the Cuddly Painful against the Herald of Dawn. It's so stupid. Everything has just gone haywire. So, as Splinter mentioned earlier, what the fuck is it? Did Splinter get his ring out? Yeah, I think Splinter got his ring out. The large ship here is named Daybreaker, which is a name that makes a lot of sense when you consider this muzzle flash that you're about to see. One of these days. That. God damn. That ship is so stupid. Some sort of... This thing is some sort of monster. I don't know. That was just absurd. I'm immensely fond of the Daybreaker. You can see this sniper from Splinter got pretty trashed by one of Dukeslayer's snipers. Which isn't terribly surprising. Dukeslayer snipers are built to be pretty durable. But, Splinter Sniper did survive. And I think it's slowly trying to rebuild. Yeah, it is trying to rebuild. And I do think we have a ship out of the arena. I have no idea where it is. But I feel like there's a ship out of the arena. It's so ridiculous. Yeah, I was planning on just waiting until the match was decided and then seeing if AutoCam would handle it. One shot took out the blocker, and every single block that was attached to it. Daybreaker's such a demon. It looks like Splinter's also using some torpedoes, which, because they're inheriting the momentum of the edge of the ship, you can see they're actually traveling fairly quickly. I'm not even sure what it was shooting at there. Duke, when it under its own power, it doesn't actually spin that fast. It's only spinning that fast because of recoil. Yeah. Ah, there you are. I apparently do not remember the command to bring down the... Ah, yeah, there we are. Do we have another ship out of the arena too? Splinter, you're a monster. Unfortunately, we've lost music. You can blame Splinter. It's entirely his fault. Just evaporated his ship. And I'd like to point out that when the Daybreaker fired, that shot went more or less through or over everything else. The Daybreaker's hacks. That's ridiculous. There's something wrong with you, Splinter. There you go, the torpedoes from the Daybreaker. You know, because why not? I don't even know what happened to this guy. I think he got pushed by the Daybreaker. His guns are trying to rebuild. Alright, take it easy, Duke. Yeah, getting built built mid-match would make sense too. If it was going to build anywhere, it probably would be on the outer edge. And I believe I mentioned it before, but the really heavily spaced armor like this that Splinter's chosen to use, this sort of design is pretty committed to dealing with splash weapons. If the enemy were using conventional cannons, then they would tear through this armor like it was paper. But against splash weapons, any sort of surface stops the projectile immediately. And so because of that, this sort of design is really fragile against like plasma cannons, but holds up extremely well to missiles and the explosive modular cannon of the new Terran Republic. A useful sort of idea to keep in mind. I like this piece of wreckage here. You may not have seen it terribly clearly, but it ricocheted off the wall, bounced back into the center, and then bounced off of some of his friends. Ejected another ship. I don't even know when this happened. You're a terrible person, Splinter. Terrible.